Oh, nice work on that woodland mansion, Bottle. Gee, thanks, Bottle. You should probably head back through the nether. It'll be quicker to travel the 26,000 blocks if you go through there. Good idea, Bottle. Hey, maybe if you were flying through the nether and you find a bastion, you could find Pigstep along the way. Yeah, that'd be cool, Bottle. Just make sure you don't get caught by some piglin brutes or something. Yeah, that's true, Bottle. Because if that was to happen, you might lose all your stuff several thousand blocks away in the nether and not be able to find it because you don't know where you were in the nether, so you probably have to fly all the way back using some new elytra and gear and using a map of the one that you went and found anyway and then going to the nether portal that you made over there and trying to find your way back from there, huh? Yeah, Bottle. God damn it. We'll start this episode in a second and see if I can find all my stuff. And of course I forgot to bring an ender chest. Give me some flint. Yes. I also need iron. Oh god. At least we can make a portal. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh good. None of this looks familiar. Oh lord. It's going well. There's my other portal. Okay. But which direction did I go? Maybe here? No, that's a different bastion. I gotta be quick. Also another bastion. And another bastion. There's so many. Oh no! Which way did I go? And my elytra's running out of durability. Oh god. Oh, I remember this. I remember this. That might be it. I think this might be it. Oh my god. That's my stuff! Quick! Give it back! Give it back! Yes! Okay. Ooh. Let's stay safe. Let's put some stuff away, quick! I think that's it. I think... Oh. I did it! Oh my god! Aerial ambience, you little legend. All of my good armor. In fact, I might keep just the normal... Oh, no, I'll keep the blast protection. Galaxy flow, thank you. Where's my bow? Oh, guys, we did it. Hello, everyone. My name is Bottletophornet, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Sometimes things just go wrong, but hey, we made it back. We got all our stuff. We got Pigstep back. We did it. I only had to travel another 26,000 blocks and make a new portal and then rush around to try and find my way back. But we did it. Okay, now to get out of here. I'll see you guys back at home. I really, really hope. Oh, we made it. Oh my goodness, home sweet home. Yeah. Successful mission. Sort of. Oh, looking forward to a nice night's sleep. So, we actually got a few things like Pigstep, some netherite, fortune pickaxe, a few bits and pieces. But more importantly, we got back our aerial ambience and all our gear, and we're safely back at the islands to hopefully properly get started on this episode. So, welcome everyone back to another episode of Minecraft. As I said earlier, we're starting this one off obviously a little bit differently with that rescue mission, but I made it. Thanks to the lodestone compass, I made it back to my main part of the nether, which is super convenient, and we're back home. Now, the thing that I did want to start this episode off with was me being back already, but unfortunately things changed. But what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to actually add some farmland to this area here. So, there's a few things that I wanted to get started with. One of them is actually extending the walkways out this direction a little bit, maybe even off that island there. I was thinking that we could open up a little walkway just going through here beside this sort of stables area and coming across here onto that island, and I want to build a bit of a farming village just inside this cliff. I'm not sure. A few of the things that I really want to get done before we actually render distance can go up. Thank you very much. I want to be able to see my whole archipelago. Where's that mountain? There we go. One of the things that I want to do before we finish up on this world is actually put a little bit more of, like, livable spaces, I suppose. Make it feel more like this is a sanctuary inside of these rings of mountains, and have like the farmland, almost little towns spread around, even though it's not that far away. I would like to do a bit more of a dock town, and then a bit of a farming town over here, that sort of thing. So I think what we're going to do after that whole, adventure, we'll call it an adventure, is I'm going to pop into a time lapse, and we're going to build up a bit of a new boardwalk going across into this area, see what we can come up with as far as a design for some shacks and some buildings across here, a little bit of a town, and then we'll get started on making it into a bit of a farm. So I hope you enjoyed this time lapse. I hope you guys have stuck around with me through the start of this episode. Oh God. And I'll see you on the other side once we've got a bit of structure built. And yeah, we'll get to filling out the inside of this island archipelago a little bit. So I'll see you on the other side of this time lapse. Enjoy. And welcome back in, folks. I'm stopping the time lapse there just a little bit early because I need a little bit more time to work out what I want to do with this. And I figured this was a good spot once I got a little bit of the structure made, some of the areas set up, but obviously it's not finished. But as you can see, I have a bit of a thing hanging off the side of these cliffs, off the edge of this big island here, and starting to work out some placement for things across this little cove. Now, I'll probably add things like some buildings and whatnot on those platforms, and we might even add something in the middle, sort of sitting on some stilts, a little bit more like a floating a dock or something. But I wanted to come across here and start working on what we have here, which will be the crop area, the actual farmland itself. So I got a very basic path set up across the side here. And I want to come up with a bit of an interesting design rather than just sort of putting that in the ground, like just covering this whole area. I kind of want to build something to kind of section it off into different crop types and whatnot. So let me grab a few materials and I'll show you the basic idea of what I'm thinking. Actually, never mind. I have probably enough with me here. Yeah. All right. We'll make it out of the spruce logs for now. So, I do need a water bucket though. Nailed it. Okay, let's grab that. And we'll grab our hoe as well. Yeah, so my idea is to set up almost a honeycomb system over here. So when you put down a piece of water and you're hydrating the land around it, the farmland, a piece of water in the center will hydrate in 4 blocks in each direction away from it. But it will also come across diagonally to here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks a little bit further away, but technically it is 4 diagonally. So that will give you 81 spaces to plant stuff in. But to keep it all together, I kind of want to go a little bit like this. Now, some of you who might have been watching the live streams could recognize this from my hardcore world, as I set up a couple of little places like this. We're going to have to destroy this later, but that's fine. And what I want to do is have these set up next to each other all the way around here. But I kind of want to make them look a little bit more interesting. So if I bring this up like this, for example, say I have all of this dirt here set up at different heights so that we don't have so flat an area. if I come across here, like this, get rid of the grass a little bit, and I may as well just continue continue this to show it properly. I think that's right. Yes, the inside is 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. I'm going to remove all of this later because I want to set it up in a way that fits better, but this will give you the idea. Okay. So, something like that. We have a piece of water. If I can go get some, see if I can do a flyby. Yeah. Just. So we come over here, put this piece of water in there, and also hoe out all of this, and then say blend this back in a little bit over this side. It's rough. You'll get the idea. So a bit like that, we have all of these staggered terraces of crops growing up and down, all the way from down there up to here, all in these diamondish shapes, honeycomb-ish shapes, and I want them to kind of be up and down all the way around, with possibly some little pathways put in between them. So maybe we say we have, like, coming across here, a 2-block space, and we have another one staggered off the side like this, for example. And then you would have a walkway going through the middle like this. Oops. Sort of like that, if it makes sense. And that way we have all these interconnected modules growing different crops in their areas, all hydrated and set up wonderfully, and we should be able to separate and see what crops are where. I like it. I think it's going to be good. So, we might quickly pop back into that time lapse, get the music back up and running, and I'll finish sort of planning it out, and then we'll pop back in once I've got at least the all of the honeycomb down, if that makes sense. And we'll see what we can do from there. We're probably going to have to get a couple more veggies if we want to start growing, but we can use some bone meal. So, see you on the other side of this short time lapse, and we'll get back into farming. All right. All right. It looks pretty good from this side, actually. I just landed down here to check it out. I do like that tree. I think that one might be a bit large for where it's currently sitting. But as we start to add more detail to this whole island and more trees spread throughout, I want to do more custom trees around that size and maybe grow a couple of the larger oaks if I can. But look at this. I really, really like this. We have like these little modules of crop areas, like farmland, with these little walkways going up around through, which we can add detail around and turn it into almost like a garden. Really secluded, nice little walkways. I've started to try and work out how I want the paths going through here. Tried to make them feel fairly organic and not too many straight areas. And then this all comes up top here. Meets this, which it kind of really does blend in. I actually forgot where that was for a second. That blends in and goes back down here, of course, onto this little walkway that'll look over this whole area. But we can also come up here and find ourselves within the farm. So I really like this. I tried to be a bit random with my placement of these, keeping some in line, some working off each other, some staggered and set up like this a little bit. And I do want to maybe bring some stuff down this side as well down the line. But there's a few things that I want to do with this area. So if we can maybe get up on top of this tree, let me see if I can. Yeah. So, while we do have all the crops to go and grab and start to grow within these farm lots, another thing that I want to do is, as I was building this, I started to think that it'd be nice to have a representation of basically every type of crop that you can get. So we know the basic ones like wheat and carrots and potatoes and whatnot. But I would like to, I know this is weird, get some beetroot. It's the only time I'm going to use beetroot. But I feel like having one or two of these with beetroot in it would be cool. And then I also want to grab some melon and pumpkins, some cocoa beans, some glowberries even. And I think I might extend off this side of the mountain a little like a vineyard for those sort of things, where rather than having larger plots, we have like hanging areas or walls set up going across this way that I'm moving my mouse, and sort of have these paths that I have going out that way and maybe another one coming out this way, really tying this whole area together a little bit more. And that way, when we build some buildings around here, you can kind of get the feel that this really is a whole island dedicated to farming agriculture. Whereas that one over there is going to be more like a, hold on, Google, horticulture? No, apparently what I'm doing here is horticulture, which is purely for plants, and agriculture is both vegetables and animals. But I kind of want to separate that, even though I'm not really thinking of that as a farm, more as like a sanctuary where maybe we're aiming for a little bit of vegetarianism. I'm not personally a vegetarian, but I do like the idea of trying to reduce the amount of animals that we need to consume for food, and I respect people who do that as well. So, yeah, I think, well, for one, I'm going to go sleep for the night. Although this place does look gorgeous in the nighttime, I do want to avoid having too many mobs spawning around us. We do have this area lit up a little bit, and a lot of these paths are in half slabs. But yeah, ooh, he's a fancy boy. I could keep him, but the effort involved would be too much. I want to see whether we get some of his goodies. No, that's okay. So yeah, let's have one quick fly up into the air to have a look at it from the sky. Oh, I love it. Oh, okay, hold on. We're going. All of our rockets. Look at the color that it brings. There's something about that is just so warm and rich feeling. The combination of like, oh, I better be careful about coming down here. The combination of the dark oak and the spruce combined with the tilled earth, the wet tilled earth, it almost makes me not want to put crops in there, but I think we do have to do that. And you should still be able to see some of that that brown through. But it actually, it does make me wonder about, oh, hold on, there we go. It does make me wonder about using this tilled earth with the hydration effect to get that beautiful brown color with a little bit of texture. It's actually a wonderful texture that I haven't really used that much before. Ooh, little details like this, stuff that I do want to fill in. Yeah, there we go. Couple places around it that I do need to do that. But I think maybe a couple extra trees along this side once we remove our little workstation here that has all of our items that we were working with, and just filling in the greenery so that this one doesn't look as significant and out of place. Although I would like to hear from you guys whether you think this is maybe a little bit big and maybe I should chop it off around that height and try and redo it a little bit more like this. Just stopping around there. Maybe that would be good. We'll see. Because this is going to be a two-parter. I do want to do a few more things, but I think the scale of stuff that I want to do on here and all of this extra farm work and that building over there, we're going to do it in two parts. So I do have a chance to have another go at that. I really love this kind of view from up here. I love that staggered nature of it all. Oh, God, it just looks so good. All right, let me go get some crops and we'll see what it looks like once we start getting those in there. Grab some wheat, all of the carrots that we have, all the potatoes, some of these seeds, even though we'll probably do those in the next one. Oh, we could even grow some sweet berries. Nice. What else? There's even the possibility of growing like some bamboo and some sugarcane over there, just for the look of growing it. Now, I don't think I have any beetroot. I think I deliberately left it all out in the end. So maybe I'll have to go get myself some of those in between episodes. But for now, we should just grab ourselves a handful of this. And we'll go out there. Ooh, I need rockets. We'll go out there and start planting them, bone milling them up. And see what it looks like once we start to fill it out. Now, the one place that I did think I wanted to go specifically one type is just here. I think going down these three that are the most uniform and kept together with the one type of crop will be really nice. But then down below where it's a little bit more staggered and all over the place, we can mix it up with different ones in each module. So I think I worked out that it was something like 55 plots of farmland per side. So we're obviously not going to have enough to do all of this. We're going to have to grow some of it with bone meal. But that's what all of those bone blocks are for. Make all this bone meal and we can grow all this up super quick. In fact, I'm going to grow this whole module and see what it looks like when we have it all grown, because that's basically going to be the default state. We're not going to be using this for food or anything like that. We have the golden carrots. This is purely a aesthetic farm, but it really is a cool design that you could use earlier game. I think it makes it look a little bit more interesting than just your standard farm, and it's really not that expensive. It's just dirt for the farmland and a few pieces of log. Wouldn't be that difficult to make this happen. Obviously, that light block is a little bit more difficult to get, but you can get a different light block or even just like make a lantern or something on top of a post. Could be super cool. All right, let's go up top and see what that looks like. Well, by up top, I just mean into the air. Oh yeah, that's going to look lovely. Cool. It just adds so much, honestly. I feel like it adds a lot to have this whole farming area. I'd almost be tempted to put a little bit more of these maybe over on this side here. We could continue this lot that's in a grid and maybe make 2 more over this side so that we then have they could be lower so that this comes down into an area and walks down this way. But we also have some over here. That's for next episode, though. So give me a second to probably remove all of these, get some planting done, and I'll see if I can get all of these modules filled up with the different plants. Keep a couple spare just for the beetroot and whatnot that we want to do, but at least work with the potatoes and carrots that we have now and see what it looks like. Be back in a second. Okay. We're getting there. I left that one for the beetroot. But do you want to see something satisfying? Like, so satisfying? I have a macro that I use for spamming TNT when I'm breaking the bedrock. And I can use it to create instant crops. I just hold it down and it goes. So you want to see something satisfying? Oh yeah. So satisfying. What to do? All the crops. Crops, yeah. Anyway, weirdness aside, it looks like we've got all of them grown now. Excuse me? Thank you. I went and grabbed a shulker box full of bone blocks and just filled my inventory with bone meal. And we should fly up into the air and have a look at it. I haven't actually been up and had a look from the sky yet. So, can I make it across there? Come on. Yeah. Nice. I think the green is not as much my favorite as these ones here, as the wheat is, but yeah. I mean, as I add more things around there, it's definitely going to look decent. It's whether maybe I vary up what's in each one. So potatoes and carrots mixed together, it might give it a slightly better look. I'm not quite sure. It looks pretty decent from down here, but you definitely do see that grid up top. But yeah, if we walk down here and start to make our way down through the terraces, I think it looks pretty cool. I really like it. Yeah, I do. I think it's definitely going to be interesting. I need to see what beetroots look like fully grown because I can't remember the last time I saw beetroot. So that might be something that we can mix in as well. I'll just have to have a look. But at least for now, we do have all of these crops in here and grown so that I can adjust it as I see fit. And now I do think we're going to come across here and add those bits that I was talking about. So I'm thinking on this part, what I'll end up doing is, much like the other side where I built a structure, I kind of want to build a structure cutting across that curve there so that we have a bit of a supported balcony. And I don't know whether I'll do it as a natural shelf, so using stone and dirt and re-terraforming it, or whether I do it out of the wood. But one thing that I do want to do is actually, let me get some height here. Height is always an advantage in this situation. So I kind of want to build around that. I want to build a building and I want to connect these two islands with a bridge of sorts, some form of connection that probably ties it in much like that other side. So if we did a big build there, which was a flat area, and then had some walkways coming around that could connect up to it all, I think that'd be really cool. I have started a little bit of a staircase coming down there. So it's whether I come around the outside edge of the cliff slightly lower down, almost about that height there, and we make a walkway going across, and then that kind of gets us to about that height and it makes it a little bit easier for us to connect to it with like a flat bridge. I'll have to see how that goes, but that's probably going to be in the next episode because I'm running a little bit behind and I've taken a bit of time this week to do other things. The filming of the episode's taken a bit of a back seat, but I'm pretty happy with the detailing. I think it's kind of cool. I'm going to adjust it and add more detail later as we add the builds and whatnot. Might even make some walkways going across the water down there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I do want to actually maybe make a walkway going across and connect up this little tunnel down here that goes down into the axolotl sanctuary. If we had a way to connect that up to the edge of this and like a staircase going down or something, that'd be a nice place to put it together. But that'll be in part 2. We're going to do episode 60 will be part 2 of decorating this island and getting it up and running. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's a little bit silly at times, but that's okay. I can be silly. I think it's going to turn out really, really nicely. So I would like to thank my Patreon supporters, especially Ness and Tom. Thank you guys for the level 3 support. I really appreciate it. And to all my other Patreon supporters, thank you so much for your continued support. It means a lot and it helps me run the community server that we have going. But with that being said, we're going to end up this episode here. I'm going to get to work trying to get started on the next episode pretty much straight away. Try and get it out in a good amount of time for you guys so that hopefully we can get a bit more of a flow going. So until I see you in that next episode, I hope you take care of yourselves. I hope you look after yourselves and I'll see you then. Goodbye guys. Take care. Whoop.